right here when all the monsters come. I've got you.
Welcome to Iceland! People keep asking why we keep coming back here. It's like Finnish seniors, they go to like Mallorca or or Rhodes Island or somewhere year after year, and we're like, oh, why would you go to the same place over and over again? And now we're in that situation that people ask us why we're going to Iceland all the time. This is my third time here and my husband's fourth, and every time I'm here I just think like, the next time we're gonna come here we're gonna go to that place and to that place and to that place, and there's just so much to see, like it's hard to comprehend all of this in just one trip. The first time we were here we were having our 10th anniversary, I think, and we were here for 4 nights, if I recall it correctly. We went through the basic tourist attractions nearby Reykjavik, the golden circle, is that it? It's a perfect start for if you're going to Iceland for the first time. It's a like a tourist attraction for a good reason, because there's a lot of exciting things in a small area that you can roam through in just one day. So that's what we did, and we just spent time in Reykjavik and drove around a little bit. And I remember I was a tiny horse girl back in my tiny village where there was nothing else to do than go to the stables, and back then we didn't have the money to buy me like a riding lessons, so I would shovel horse shit for hours and hours and hours just to get 30 minutes of free horseback riding. So that's how I got to know a bit of the horses. I didn't ride much, but I sure did clean the shit from the stables, so yeah. And I remember thinking then, when I heard about Iceland and the Icelandic horses, that one day when I'm a grown-up I'm gonna go to Iceland and ride a horse there. And that's what we did the first time we were here also. So we did a small, like it was an hour of horseback riding down in the volcanic area near Reykjavik, and it was incredible. My horse kept like tipping over with me on the back, so and biting me in the calf, so yeah, that was exciting. But they're animals, so they do what the fuck they want, so who am I to tell them otherwise? I remember the feeling when we got back to Finland, and I was feeling like how you feel when you first fall in love. Like you think about the person, and in this time it's a country, and you get like all tingly in your guts, and you think like, oh, I need to see it again, and I need to go there again, and you just keep thinking all the places and all the things you saw. And yeah, I fell in love with Iceland for the first time we were here, and I knew I was going to fall in love. Yeah, that was the first time in 2015, and the second time was in 2017, and then we got married here. So this is a very special place in many ways. I will remember it for the rest of my life. It was very special. There was only me and my husband, and I feel like crying when I just think about it. It was incredible. And that time we were here for 1 week, and we drove through the whole country. We were just amazed all the time. We just drove around and were like jaw dropped, like how can this be real? How can this be real? Now we came from Wednesdays, 14 days? No, 12 days. We're gonna be here 12 days. Yeah, the country that keeps on giving. We came here because back in 2019 Christmas I bought my husband and me tickets for this Ascension Festival that was supposed to take place in Reykjavik in 2020 May, but because of the circumstances it got postponed I don't know how many times. So for the first 4 nights we were close to Reykjavik in Mosfellsbær. I don't know how you pronounce it, probably something like that. It was like a cute little garden shack where we stayed for 4 nights. It was the tiniest and cutest thing on someone's backyard. Airbnb, we always try to use them as much as possible. So the first 4 nights we basically just spent time listening to live music, so didn't get much time to like see the nature. But after that we drove to Ísafjörður.
So bad when we're so bad, we're so afraid of getting bored when we're so bad. It's a different life when it's over. Don't feel attached to anyone when I'm sober. It's someone else's life, and I can't go on with no one to rely on. Where do we go, yeah? Where do we go?
It's the cutest little place, and we just for the first night we just went to a restaurant and had such a nice dinner, and it was Husit. I think the place was called Husit. Husit. I don't know how you pronounce that again.
It's a different life when it's over. Don't feel attached to anyone when I'm sober. It's someone else's life, and I can't go
Jag vet inte hur jag tappar på det.
with no one to rely on. Where do we go, yeah? Where do we go? Where do we go, yeah? Where do we go? Where do we go, yeah? Where do we go? Where do we go?
Taas joku vitu spot-focus. Oh, I thought that we're gonna check this nice beach that they have here in the map, like marked. It's a beautiful place. You must see this place, and we were just like, okay, well, the weather doesn't seem that bad. We're gonna drive there. Water protection area. You are entering entering the outer water protection zone. Access to the inner protection zone is not allowed. We were driving towards the beach and then turned to the road that takes to the beach for like 8 kilometers or something. And it seemed fine. We drove like 100 meters and the road just completely disappeared from our sight. There was like 15 centimeters of snow, and it's not a bad amount of snow, but when you can't see where the road is and you don't know if there's like 400 meters cliff on the right side and a mountain on the left or the vice versa, I was like, no fucking way, we're not going there. Like, no, we're gonna turn back. And then I had to go out from the car and kick the snow with my feet just to see where the road ends, so we can turn the car around. Täällä ei näe niinku mitään. Kyllä. It was such a weird situation because you knew that there was mountains around, but you couldn't see them. It wasn't snowing that much, but there was just nothing. It was just white all around, and we were like amazed. And yeah, so we didn't go to the beach that day.
On our way back, I went and greeted the puffy little creatures standing on the side of the road. Whenever I'm with horses, I find the unexplainable long-lost connection between an animal and a human that once was filling all my days. There they stood, alone on a field with snow-covered purple hazed mountains as their backdrop, curiously confronting me, some as a companion, some as a threat, and some just as a indifferent being. Dwelling in the calm, in the joy, I thought that the ethereal views had reached its peak. But Mother Nature, she grabbed a paintbrush, whipped up a color mixed of lilacs, blueberries and cherry blossoms, and splashed it on a canvas hanging above my head. In these moments I can only stop and think, is this what perfection is? Is this the moment when there's not a single flaw in this world?
We are leaving Isafjordur. I have no idea how you say that. We're leaving this place today, or this morning, now. and the blue hour here is insane. We have been here for 2 nights, and this is the first night there's like below temperatures during the day, or it's morning now, but I think it's gonna be cold. And it's so pretty. It feels insane to be in this such a remote part of the country, in a tiny village where people live by fishing mostly, and it's a dream come true. Now to the car, and then we're gonna go get some breakfast, which means all the sweet pastries.
On repeat, hear my chest, how it beats when you put your hands on me. Time goes fast, but yet so slow. I leave all thoughts, yeah, I let them go. 'Cause I'm here with you, and all I need is you. It's so easy to be us. We lock ourselves out from the world we're lost. It's so easy to be us. We lock ourselves out from the world we're lost. Don't know what you really feel, but I really like this dream. Don't need to feel anything but you.
These are so pretty. Like, I think they're the same all around Iceland. The same kind of churches, and they are so cute. Tiny things with one tower and a few windows, and that's it. But do you need more to do your worship?
So easy to be us. We lock ourselves out from the world we're lost. It's so easy to be us. We lock ourselves out from the world.
In Iceland it has always been like constant stopping, like stop, I need to take a picture, I need to take some video. Oh my god, it's so amazingly beautiful. And he's just making emergency breaks all the time. Oh my god, look at the view, look at the river. Okay, now let's continue before my husband gets angry of waiting. I don't blame him. The weather seemed okay, and the road on the map seemed like yellow, so it was supposed to be a regular road, which it was apparently. And the road were just marked like a bit icy but slippery, but you know, not bad. And we have a 4x4, it's a duster, so it's not nothing like extreme, but oh, it's getting cold. But we drove up the mountain where the road says to drive if you want to get out of there, and suddenly it's full-blown winter. Like, of course it is. This is not a high mountain, and it's still snowy up there. And we were just trying up and up and up and up, and there was like the fucking steep cliff on the other side, and I was starting to get a bit nervous. I've never been this scared on a road, but it's pretty.
Verður þú allar að listan á Spotify sem þú varst að fara á?
Já, það eru lögurins í
It wasn't snowing, but the wind had blown like piles, heaps of snow on the road. It was like 50 meters of snow on the road, and we saw there was a tire tracks going, and we just tried to follow it and hoping like our car would make it through. The car was just shaking from the wind, and in the pile of snow it was like going My husband was trying to keep it on the road, and I was like, don't stop, we're gonna get stuck here if you stop here. And we just tried to keep driving, and I was so afraid we're gonna get stuck there on top of the mountain where there's no people at all, nowhere, like kilometers and kilometers to the next houses, in the wind and in the snow, and it's gonna be a fucking snowstorm, and we're gonna freeze to death. And when we saw that the road was starting to go down, I was like, oh my fucking god, if I'm gonna make it alive, I'm never gonna travel on another mountain again in my life. Little did I know, the worst part was ahead. When the road started to go uphill, I was like saying in my head that we're gonna fucking die. We're gonna die here. We're gonna be one of those tourists that think they know more than they do, and the Icelandic nature just sweeps them off the cliff, and they're gonna roll with the fucking duster down the hill and die. There was a sign, gravel road ahead, and at that time I thought that we are not supposed to drive this road. We are not supposed to be here. The main road is not here. Like, we need to turn back. There we were again, on top of a fucking mountain, on a gravel road, on a duster car, the steepest fucking cliff I've ever seen. On the other side, the mountain on the other, and we were just slowly driving towards our death. Like, I didn't even record anything in the worst parts because I was so scared that I couldn't think of anything else but death. And I was just sitting there in silence and then saying to my husband, like, I need to puke, I need to puke.
After a somewhat intense day of driving through the mountains and letting my worst fears fill my every cell to a point of a lurking panic attack, a few days of relaxing at a cabin was very much needed. So often we get greedy over experiences. We want to see it all. But at this very moment, all I wanted to do was to stop and breathe.
The weather is a bit creepy. It started to snow when we were driving back from a spa this evening. There wasn't snow when we left, but when we came back, and we've been here now for a couple of hours, it's looking like this. We'll see if we get out of here tomorrow. Tämän takia täällä varmaan aukeaa ovet niinku sisäänpäin. Apua! Tää menee kiinni. Tää menee kiinni tää ovi. Sieltä alhaalta. Nyt kuulostaa paremmalta. No eihän tässä edes oo mitään. Lumet on sulanut. So, the car doors are frozen shut.
So, is Iceland worth it? Every time and time again, yes. Iceland truly is the land of fire and ice, the land of opposites, the land of life-threatening cliffs and breathtaking mountains. And that's what makes it so special. You never know what lies behind the next turn. Even though the scary experiences might leave a black mark on your memory lane, they will still be what shapes us to be the persons we will someday become. Farewell, Iceland. Until we meet again.
Our eyes are closed when we start this loop on repeat.